Telling you, unless the Republicans up their game with these mail-in ballots, we're going to lose.
No,
Lose every election because these people, it's the same old nonsense. Same old nonsense. They know how to ballot harvest. That's legal. They know the Republicans sit back and wait for election day and then lose.
Okay, it's like this. Okay, you know how, like, and I'm not a big basketball fan anymore. I know that Trump is going to the Knicks game tonight. Used to be a big Knicks fan. I'm happy for them.
What does that have to do with voting?
Oh, I'll tell you.
Because that's far the left from the communist trained mayor that's in Los Angeles now. And he just overtook Pratt in California. No. You're talking about the Knicks game.
No.
Yes.
You got to understand. No, it's perfect. Listen. All right. You know when you have it, they go the flop, right? So like it's like, oh, like they'll run into someone and then they'll go, oh, you fouled me. And then the refs are like, okay, it's a foul. That's how they do it. That's part of the basketball game. I'm just saying, and the analogy is when it comes to this, they know how to legally cheat when it comes to the election, legally through ballot harvesting.
Okay, but it's not cheating if they're the ones that are going to nursing homes and up and down lower income neighborhoods, up and down the buildings, collecting people's votes. There's nothing illegal about that. That's not cheating. I know. That's just extra effort that the lazy ass Republicans will not do. And
no,
it's rigged. It was always they made up ballots. They did this. No, dummies. This happens every election.
Okay. Here is what it is. Okay, Dave, you would know. By the way, I'm not sure if you guys know. Dave was a boxing champion, Golden Gloves, novice. Was it heavyweight, Dave? Was it heavyweight? No.
Light heavyweight.
So light heavyweight. All right. So my point is, when you go there and you're getting your ass kicked by somebody, and you are complaining to your coach or saying, "Oh, but he's jackrabbit punching me," your coach says, "Well, jackrabbit punch him back." Right? That's how it goes. With what it is, if we're sitting here complaining that the Democrats are cheating,
it's not a good analogy because kidney punches are not allowed. If you see, if by
you never kidney punch,
slipped one in, if by accident one is slipped in, that's different, right? But you can't. That's not the analogy. The analogy is here's the analogy.
All right.
Okay, the Republican boxer is saying, "Coach, that guy's cheating. He's hitting me too many times in the face." The other guy just has a better jab. That's what's going on. And the Republicans waiting for election day, they're waiting to land that right hook. Meanwhile, the other side is racking up points with jab after jab after jab to the
that I understand, right? Because it's like, hey, I'm the heavier hitter, but this guy's doing ticky-tack thing. But every time he hits a jab, he scores.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So this is the problem we have. Plus, in California, who knows if there's enough Republicans left in there in California to even overwhelm the ballot harvesting.
Listen, California, when it comes to this, the middle of it, anywhere not near water, anywhere in the middle, it is all Republican. I mean, it is Republican as you can get.
Not in Iowa, we're finding out.
The Iowans have a little.
What's wrong with the corn growers in Iowa? They're smelling too much of the cow products. What are they doing in Iowa? What's going on in Iowa? They can't get their act straight.
They do things their own way. Hey, we did a show.
What the hell does that mean?
What does it mean is they're not a bellwether. Even though they have cows there, they're not a bellwether state like like South Carolina. South Carolina picks the winners all the time.
All I'm saying is that the Republicans across the board need to get their act together.
All right.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Their act together. They need somebody to stick a foot up their behinds and get their act together.
All right.
Either they're lazy or they sound like Nazis. It's one or the other with these Republicans. Either they're lazy asses, they don't want to do the work and actually go out and get the votes, or they're they belong to some militia and a white supremacist group. There's no in between. I've never seen anything like it.
All right. I want to bring this up, not to switch it, and I'm not allowed to say it. Dave said I'm absolutely not. What I am sick of here is people online that constantly say, oh, my contacts say this, my contacts say that. If you're saying it, it's like one of those things. If you're saying it, then it must not be true. Because I am telling you the proof of what it is, okay? Just think about this. Besides, by the way, the map thing that we got going on here. Gerrymandering about 3 years ago. BRICS about 2 years ago. First issue of the New George, the return of Trump. Perfectly timed when he returned and made the announcement.
You also wrote about ballot harvesting.
Ballot harvesting.
Several articles on ballot harvesting.
Okay. Even gerrymandering.
People are very busy. Listen, they're very busy, and we love you guys that collect on magazines. This isn't a slight on you. That's wonderful. But you got to read the articles to stay up on everything. Read them.
Okay. Have you ever heard Dave Blaze said, oh, well, my sources high up say this? Do you know that I'm not allowed to talk about who Dave Blaze knows? Now, for me, quite frankly, I'm always showing off. Oh, that governor, yes, I know him. That senator, I just had dinner with him. Even like the Gang of Eight guys, intelligence, a Gang of Eight. Oh, I get it. I'm always bragging because these are people you know. If I told you what Dave Blaze knows, but we never do that. We never do that. And I'm not even allowed. I'm just saying, when it comes to that irks me because everyone's like, oh, look at, they're making predictions like this. Oh, one more point. This gets me pissed off. The midterms are going, now we're not going to have a midterms.
Yeah, I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my life. What Gene is bringing out, and let me clarify a little bit, is that with my IT company, we do a lot of work all around the world, and the thing is that it's sensitive work, and when you're doing that kind of sensitive work and finding out things, you don't run and tell your podcaster. That is never, ever happening, ever. So anyone that's getting on a podcast and giving inside, behind the scenes information,
right?
No, that's why the stuff that we put forward is always in a written form, and then we'll talk about the article that we wrote and so on. Just like we wrote about gold.
Yes.
Or the week before. So pay attention. These are the things to pay attention to.
And the track record. You got, guys, just so you know, we just because for therapy's sake, a lot of these people, when you say that there's going to be no midterms and you put it in a post and everything, for whatever screenshot, just put it away because we're sick of it. We're sick of people still following people that have been making predictions for how long that has never come true. And they're taking these people, their followers, for fools.
I asked our close friends on Facebook, I said, what happened on June 6th? What happened Saturday, June 6th? Because I missed it. It was supposed to be a very big event. Remember?
Yeah, right.
6. Oh, wait till 6/6. Oh, it's going to be a big thing. It was some stupid a portal, a new age ascension portal, or whatever. That's what they were talking about. Garbage. Just nothing. You know, and then they'll talk to you about July 4th. Oh, July 4th, this is coming. No, no. And I got to tell you, every show we do, I feel like we're just wet blanket, like we're a couple of wet blankets. You know?
Oh no, I said this before. This is not my idea of okay. I love what I do. I love teaching. We just did a show talking about politics. I love it. I hate being a truth teller. I can't even tell you because every time we tell truth, more people leave us because they're like, oh my goodness, I can't bear to hear this. Because maybe we are offending them, not because of offensive, but because they have believed this so long, and we've been trying to tell people don't share it. At least if you don't share it, you could be like, wow, that sucks. That was wrong. Yeah. But now when we call it out, people are embarrassed by it. So they don't like to hear it. All right.
No, Crypto Prophet. You're not interrupting our discussion. We were having this discussion off air, and then the show went live. And we got to say hello to people. But I'm telling you,
and then we got to get going.
In California, when I saw the left wing literal, I mean, she's just plain old a real communist, and the current mayor was like, well, I think she was trained in Cuba or something like that. The whole thing is so crazy. And then Pratt's falling behind. Pratt's all of a sudden falling behind, and that's because the election day vote goes in, and then they start counting the other ballots, the mail-in ballots, and that's when you find out what's what. All right, let's hold on, Gene. Hold on. Let me get back here. We got Gloria's here. Great, Phil. All right, Tracy, Lori Ann, Sherry, Mary Elizabeth. All right, Debbie, Crypto Prophet, of course. Trish. Trish made it. That's good. Matt's here. The George singer.
Oh, Matt's going to be. Is it this week?
Yeah. Matt, you're going to be with us. Matt's going to be with us on the show on Wednesday. So be sure to tune in on Wednesday because Matt's a good guy and we don't know what the hell he's going to say. All right, Kay Miller's here.
we're taking a career risk.
Account is here. Aaron. All right, Darren made it. Good, Darren. Stella, Ginger. Let's see. Julie's here. Therese. Cheryl made it. This is great. Hey, Gene, the whole gang's here.
Okay.
Gang's here. Right. E. Jutley. Don't get mad at me for mispronouncing. William's here. Stephen SS Tiger. All right. This is great.
Guys, could you please share this? This is going to be good. And don't forget, we are debuting a new map video. If you have not gone to projectlookingglass.org, it's newly updated, and we'll put this one up as the third one in. Okay, ready to get going, Dave Blaze?
Yeah. It's this is going to be. We got a big show, so please share if you haven't shared, and if you're just saying you shared but you really haven't shared, please share with all your friends.
Dave's in IT. He will know.
No, I won't know that, but I will.
All right, here we go. Starting the show. Dave Blaze, the lead story on the Dispatch. And by the way, you can get the Dispatch for free. Just go to georgemagazine.com, sign up for the Dispatch, and what you'll do is you'll get this Monday through Friday. This is a big story. Susie Wild trolling everybody. See you Monday. Friday fiction that she's eyeing a White House exit. She ain't going anywhere. Dave Blaze, tell us a little bit about Susie.
Well, it's wish casting. That's what these devils do. They wish cast. So in other words, anything that they would like to have happen, they put the stories out there. They leak the stories. They make up stories, whatever, and they get it out into the zeitgeist of the media world, and they're trying to manifest their own destiny.
Now, before all of this, so you guys know, people have, but no one's ever heard of her like in a, how can I say this, a household name. The reason why people are even talking about her is that she's doing an exceptional job as chief of staff. Now, the chief of staff is basically the doorkeeper, and more than that, it's basically like
more than that.
CEO.
Yeah, she is Trump's let's put it this way: she's Trump's general manager.
Yeah, that's a good way. Yep. All right. Now, just so you know, the reputation of her.
Let me say something real quick. They're trying. The network hates Susie Wiles because Susie Wiles kept them all out. All those jokers from the network, and you guys know who we mean, kept them all out of the administration. They can't get in there, whatever. And what's funny is these people, they try it with everyone. They tried. Somebody sent me a message saying that Tracy was no longer with us. Not dead, but I mean, she was no longer with us as far as being involved with George. So I didn't respond to it because it's preposterous. And I think Tracy set the person straight.
Well, go along with this, with Susan Wiles, what basically happens when a person takes office like the president? So there's a personal aspect of it, meaning his sons and so forth. Anyone else, like they want to come officially to the White House, they have to go through Susie Wiles. And Susie made a deal with Trump in the beginning. Says, if I'm going to do this, the only way I'll do this is if I can actually do my job. Meaning, President Trump, hands off, because I need to be able to say, no, he is not seeing you right now. And he gave her that power.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, this video you're going to love, 1 minute, but this is from the liberal side of it. So liberal podcasters talking about the effectiveness of Susie Wiles. 1 minute. Here we go.
She is, by all accounts, enormously competent. And you don't see me saying that about anyone involved in politics much at all. And I'm not just saying that now, the Trump one. This just happened right before we got on air. I wish we pulled the tape for you guys. We had a conversation about her about 4 to 6 months ago, where we said, wow, Susie Wiles is doing a great job for Trump's campaign.
Yes.
You remember that?
Of course I do, yeah.
And so now why do we say that? Because we like Susie Wiles and we like Donald Trump and we want them to win? No, we're giving you honest analysis. We said, watch out, she's running a great campaign. I'm worried about it, right? So she seems to be incredibly competent. The problem is that she's competent in a direction we're not happy with. So if she's as good at this job as she was as campaign manager for Donald Trump, watch out.
Okay, so that was Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks. Now they are way over there on the left. However, this was during a short-lived phase where they were trying to court some right-wing donors to the Young Turks. Well, what happened was that Sam and Emma from the Majority Report lit them up for like 3 weeks, and they abandoned they abandoned all right-wing donors after that. So anyway, so there you have it.
And it just shows, guys, she is doing an amazing job, but people don't like her. People don't like her because if you're X'd out of the administration and you can't get an appointment, then you're not going to like her.
Right. And she's not dealing with the goons, with the goon podcasters, or as Dana Lash says, Podcastistan. She's not dealing with them.
All right.
Or
this is okay. Reminder: tomorrow, Tuesday, is a huge election in South Carolina.
Yes.
We already filmed the show. Tomorrow morning, there's an American Pulse podcast, the film version that we'll put it out on the Dispatch. But in the meantime, we have Election Day, and we did a story here with also latest polling. Dave Blaze, you want to just give us a little rundown on the polling there?
Yeah, the polling is that Pamela Abbott is in South Carolina is in the lead, followed closely by Alan Wilson, and there's other candidates, but in the far distance is Nancy Mace at 12%.
All right, this video we're going to
26. Wilson's at about 21, and Mace is like 12.
So you guys understand, Real Clear Politics is a very good source because they take different polls and then combine it into one, so you get a kind of a better picture of it rather than just one poll. Some of the polls are very biased. Okay, now early on, and I'm from originally from South Carolina, so I know all these people. Early on, everyone thought it was going to be Nancy Mace versus Alan Wilson. Chances are it's still going to be a runoff because there's so many candidates, probably Yvette and Wilson. But look at
one more quick point.
Yeah.
There's also the Senate.
Yeah.
We have Lindsey Graham, and he's being primaried by Lynch.
Yeah.
And
right.
Lindsey Graham looks like he's going to take it, run away with it. He's up by 30 plus points in the polls.
Right. Guys, watch our analysis tomorrow when we come out with this show. It's already been filmed. It's already there, scheduled to be released tomorrow. But notice what we're going to say, especially with Lindsey Graham, and how most likely it'll work out to Pam Evans' benefit. Okay, in the meantime, watch this. Look at this. Look at Nancy Mace taking down her opponent in this Congress. Yeah, watch this.
Yeah.
10 months, 10 and a half months, the state waited to give me a victim's rights advocate. What is wrong with you people? So let me remind you, Mr. Attorney General, you have one job, and it is to follow the law. South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson, you're not a real man because real men protect women.
She's so brave. I love a strong, brave woman that can accuse somebody without proof or evidence of anything from the House floor where there can be no retribution. Very brave. Very brave.
When she did this, Pam Evans wasn't even. She is the lieutenant governor. She was not in the scene as.
I bet she wouldn't do that to Tim Scott.
Wait, guys, wait till you see our show tomorrow. It's just we have a best of Nancy Mace. Okay.
Listen, the best of Nancy Mace is a tremendous compilation video.
Okay. The other thing I want to say, then we'll move on from it. Again, don't be motivated by all these people on X that say that they hate Lindsey Graham. By the way, most people have never met Lindsey Graham. I have. I did photography for him. Here's the thing with Lindsey Graham. Yes. Is he establishment? Yes. Is he a politician? Yes. But he's Trump's man, the go-in-between. We call it the unofficial whip of the Republican Party. When Donald Trump needs something, he goes from the Senate, that is. He goes to Lindsey Graham, and Lindsey Graham smooths things over in behalf of Donald Trump.
Look, we only didn't like the establishment when we were not the establishment. But now,
like the
establishment.
Oh, the establishment's
Trump
great.
Administration is the establishment.
We love the establishment. Oh, we love it. You guys realize that Trump became the establishment.
Right.
You realize that. When he started running, it was the Bush legacy.
Right.
It was the Bush dynasty.
So the Bushites, the Bushies, Trump took that whole thing over from them and moved it more towards the American people. Okay, that's what's going on. However, in the meanwhile, the old Clinton gang rebranded themselves as what we call now the network. So that's the old Clinton gang that's causing all the undermining trouble for the administration.
So you know, I'm from Arkansas. I'm from Clinton land.
He looks it.
All right. Just so you know, when all of these when this was Democrat land, good people went in, Republicans, godly people, and took over by voting and hard work they took over. To prove it, you know who's our governor is Sarah Huckabee Sanders. That is the people. Now, you know what the number one complaint is? The number one complaint is all of these new people, they were never there complaining when it was the Democrats. They just complain now to mess with things.
Of course. Because when, like Massey, when Biden was in office for 4 years, he never brought up Epstein one time. Not once. As soon as Trump gets in, all of a sudden it's Epstein. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Like what was going on there?
All right, Dave, we got to move on to these AI stories, which is really good. This is from
Hold on, Gene. Take that down for a quick second. And the other thing is, remember, Lindsey Graham. If Lindsey Graham takes on tomorrow night, wins decisively, then, being the good Trump administration supporter that he is going to throw his weight behind Pamela Evitt.
Right, guys. Tomorrow, watch how popular Lindsey Graham is, and it makes you wonder because he's anti-Iran. So it just makes you wonder. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he was. Lindsey was. Don't forget, Lindsey was Gang of Eight. Lindsey was head of the Judiciary Committee.
Yep.
Lindsey's been around. Lindsey's been around. So, and now he is all in for Trump.
Right.
And has been for quite a while.
Right.
All right.
Okay. Let's do this AI here. This story is a George Magazine exclusive here. We wrote this article, and it talks a little bit about the money coming in to America through that. Again, anyone out there right now saying, oh, I hate the data centers. Why are we doing AI? Just ask yourself, are they being put up with propaganda to do this? Because we are in an AI war against China. China doesn't want us to win it. So the best way you do it is get everyone to hate AI, hate the data centers. But there's money involved in this. Dave, you want me to run the video here?
Well, hold on. Just let me point this out. Okay. In the article, we talk about AI adoption across American society, consumer adoption. Now, this isn't workforce. This is consumer. Workforce is much better. AI reached 53% population adoption globally. Globally, 53% within 3 years. However, the United States consumer adoption sits at 28.3%, ranking at 24th worldwide. So we have 10 times more data centers than anyone else. We have the great AI companies. We're doing all the advancement. And yet, because of this Chinese propaganda, Chinese and Russian propaganda of anti-AI, our own people are afraid to use it and get involved.
Guys, every country has their thing. With Ukraine, who knew? They're like the masters of this drone technology to protect themselves. That's what they do. With us, we have the oil, number one producer of crude oil of all the nations, and we have AI. We're the king of AI. AI is not just chatbots. It's military. It's medical. Okay, look at all these jobs.
One more point from the article. 66.7% of baby boomers, that's me, I'm a baby boomer. Gene is generation, what are you, generation wackadoo? Generation, what do they call it?
It's X, come on, man.
What were you doing? An X. Okay.
That's how we do it in high school.
60% of baby boomers and seniors were AI non-users as of early 2026. Guys, look, the next thing they're going to be telling you is that they're going to get you the big cell phone. What do they call those big cell phones? With giant numbers on them and stuff. You don't need that. You don't need that. We're smart people. What are we doing? Why are we timid? Why are we timid about getting involved and utilizing this tool that's right in front of us?
And guys, it goes down again. It's the propaganda. Okay, here's the jobs that brings in.
Transformation prompting many to wonder, what will it mean for the job market?
Everyone's jobs will change because of AI.
Here in Grand Prairie, Texas, it means opportunity for young workers as skilled electricians. Consulting firm McKinsey estimates an additional 130,000 electricians will be needed by 2030 to build out data centers and manufacturing facilities to power all that new technology.
People are always going to need electricians.
Michael Sampa is one of more than 600 students enrolled at the North Texas Electrical Training Center, a Learn While You Earn program.
Yeah.
These are the jobs.
Think about this. When the automobile industry started and all those car companies started up in Michigan and so on, look at the other industries that got built up around them. About, yes, people bought a car. They bought a Ford. They bought a car. They drive it. But guess what? They're going to need new tires. They're going to need brakes. They're going to need belts. They're going to need a window repair. They're going to need this, that, and those are all industries that grew and expanded around the automobile industry. The AI is like 25 times the size of that, if not more.
Right.
I mean, there's going to be housing developments. There's going to be all sorts of stuff that's going to spring up, and jobs by the barrelful.
Guys, remember, going back to what we said, we have been in the forefront. You could just check the covers. We've been talking about these things for a long time. Dave Blaze, with his other business, has, it's all involved with this. I can't even tell you how. But guys, stay in tune with this. You could get an update on that where we tell you what's happening. And guys, it's more than just doing recipes and so forth. Understand what's going on, because this is the future.
Yeah.
Okay. Same with Donald Trump. Dave Blaze, this is a great article here. Trump is going to meet with AI companies as White House explores public stake in industry. Dave, could you explain to everyone what this public stake is?
Yeah. Well, it's like this. It's just like when President Trump, early on, when Intel was having troubles, took a stake for the American people, right? For the public trust or the sovereign wealth fund, once it's renamed to that, took a stake in Intel. Now, I think the stake in Intel has already gone up about $20 billion as far as their stock. I mean, the Intel stock just went crazy. They're on the forefront of a lot of things with AI. So that's going crazy. So what President Trump wants to do is harness a piece of all of these AI companies that are on the forefront of development and so on for the American people.
Yes.
So that as that thing grows and everything settles in, those dividends will be coming out.
Right. So when you see people online, these podcasters say, "Oh, look at this. These are bad. These data centers are bad." Ask yourself, are they speaking to the benefit of America? Or should we say, you know what? All data centers out of there. AI out of there. All these tech companies, we don't want you. We don't want you. Go to China. Look at what Donald Trump says. This is 1 minute here.
There's a concept out there. There's so much money and it's so big that there are concepts where pieces could be given to the American public, where the American public essentially becomes a partner with the companies. And I will tell you, I have spoken to all of them. There's something very interesting about it, where it almost becomes a partnership with the American public. And we'll look into that. We are looking. I actually have a meeting scheduled in the very near future with, did you know that, with all of the companies. And we're talking about it, where the American people can benefit from the success of AI. And by doing that, they're going to like it better. Because we're leading China, we're leading everybody in the world with AI. and we want to keep it that way. It's probably the biggest industry maybe that we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. Guys, again, stay in the forefront of this. Go get yourself the ageless tech and the updates. Guys, it's what's going on.
Big.
It really is.
And don't forget, the other thing is the baby boomer generation in this nation has the most wealth, has the most real estate, and so on. Now, everybody that has that worked very hard to get there, their lives and everything else, and that wealth at some point will be distributed to the youth. However, before that happens, we have to be up on all of this stuff. We cannot be left behind and not know the latest technologies and so on, especially when the tools are right there in front of you to use.
Guys,
so please get on board with this. It's big and it'll help you.
Again, because these are our readers and watchers, we purposely came out with the cryptocurrency guidebook. We came out with that purposely right before Thanksgiving. The reason why we did this with this crypto playbook, one of them is to educate everyone. But the other thing is, when you are educating your grandchildren and children, your generation, if that's your generation, is not the one to be like, oh, look at grandpa, he knows nothing, he's so old-fashioned. So we created this so you can say, wait a minute, you understand that that's not a stable coin. And they're like, whoa, grandma knows all of these things. Then they'll listen to you with other things because we are educating you, and they're not like, oh, look at mom, she's going to be falling for another email scam. That's not you. So understand these, the crypto book and the AI.
You know, that, Gene, you brought up a very good thing. With the AI, you know what you can do? You can copy, and you could, if someone sends you an email that you're like, this email looks a little funny, you can copy the email, paste the text of that email into the AI, whatever it is, Gemini, Copilot, whatever, and first type in a little prompt. Tell me if this email is legitimate. Is this from a real person or whatever? And the AI will analyze the structure of the email and let you know whether an actual person wrote it, a bot wrote it, or it's coming from a con artist or whatever it is.
Right.
Very, very interesting how it
going back to something that we don't know. You say, hey, is this legit? And they will be the ones that say, wait a minute, it says Citibank dot whatever, or bank, whatever. So go here for payment. And they'll say, wait, this isn't the website because it has another, is not the actual website.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. All right, guys. Stay tuned. We still have the debut of the new map.
See? Mary Elizabeth.
Mary, thank you.
Good.
We have the new map, but we got to do this first. We have the devotional is the first story every day on the Dispatch. This one today is particularly good. Guys, take the time to watch it, read it, just include it as part of your day. I'm going to just show 30 seconds of the one today, and that way it'll pique your curiosity and you can go back and watch it. Here we go.
Right now, the world holds more intelligent, Bible-taught children of God than at any other point in human history. If Christ were to return for his followers at this exact moment, he would find a peak of historical belief. Yet, Luke 18:8 records a specific, jarring prediction. When the Lord returns as the Son of Man, he will find no faith on the earth at all. This creates a mathematical impossibility. A world filled with millions of believers cannot suddenly possess zero faith. One has to wonder how both of these statements can be true.
Okay.
Well, you cut it short right before the best part.
That's why I did it.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
You want to explain it, or
all right? Yeah, I'll explain it. I'll explain it. So the point is that the Lord returns to the air and calls us home. believers home, then we're forever with the Lord. And then at a consequent time, he returns as the Son of Man to the earth. And it's at that point where he's not going to find any faith. So that was the point of that. And the video and the devotion goes into that in a lot more depth.
The video today is about 3 minutes, not quite 4 minutes. And usually these are short enough that you could go there when you're watching the devotional. You can play it and just listen in like I do most mornings. But all right, let's do this. We still have Apple security to go and Bitcoin. You're going to want to stick around for this. But here is the video right after this show. We're debuting it on our social media.
Oh, yeah.
This is the map, 1.5 minutes, but you're going to enjoy it. Thank you for sticking around. Here we go. All right. Are you ready to get spooky dooky with me? Because we're talking about the map. Now, there were 2 other maps. You could go to projectlookingglass.org and see all that happened. But this one is different because this map is of the world. And, by the way, it would be very scary, except for if you're a believer in the Lord, because this is a precursor to future events. Now, what's interesting is that this map came out in May. So this was 1 month ago. What has been in the news since then? Look at Australia. You see that here. And look over here. We call them blimps, maybe a Zeppelin, airships, whatever they are. You know what I'm talking about. But notice it right there. This is interesting because Australia just became front and center in the whole world for building these, because they're not only building the ship there, the other competitors just today said that they were struggling economically. They need them loans to do this, but it's all there. This and this front and center. Now, here's the other thing happening at the same time. Look at right here. Locust swarm. Who even talks about locust plagues, swarms anymore? But what happened in Australia is in February, they had record rainfall. And what are they all talking about right now? Locust swarms. So there you have it. Go to projectlookingglass.org. And when it comes to all this and George Magazine, what the heck's going on? All right. So it's, guys, again.
These are big things.
Yep. Look at the track record of George Magazine and look at all these other people that, by the way, have talked trash on us. Look at what they do and look at what we do. The difference is we print everything and we're trying to get people to subscribe to us so you can go back to read all the things we said in the past.
Yeah, and that's another thing. The other thing that separates us out now, and I'll just leave this point alone after this. The other thing that separates us is we every month produce several products, right? We produce the magazines, we produce the junior magazine, we produce other things. This goes on month after month, and it's gone on month after month, praise the Lord, for now 4 years, every month, every month. So we're not looking for donations for a speaking fee. We're not looking for you to throw us money to buy coffee or anything like that. We're producing a product. We have to bring people have to be working to produce that product. They get paid, everybody. It's like a whole ecosystem that helps support the economy. So this is a very different thing than grifting to get paid for your opinion.
Yeah. All right. All right. Let's do this one. Dave, you're going to love this one. This is right down your alley here.
And in this show we do every day. We don't get paid for this.
Yeah. All right. Is Apple Intelligence...
I should get paid just for dealing with Gene all day, but I won't go into that.
Oh, this is great. All right. You want to talk about the Apple security?
Yes. Let's talk about the... please.
The
fortress. The fortress of Apple security. Oh, it's the most secure. It's the most secure platform. Go ahead. Play it.
Should we, okay, your call. You can do it audio on verbal, whatever. The boring video. Should we do that, or you just want to explain it? Because I could do the boring one.
No. Let's watch the guys start to explain, and I'll fill in the blanks.
All right, here you go. This is guy explaining, and you're going to love it. Well, here we go.
What I want to talk about primarily is neural exec. a form of prompt injection. So I might as well start with that. This caught my attention because there was an RSA report that they hacked into Apple Intelligence with it. And Apple Intelligence is the built-in AI on phones. But what these guys did was they got in with their neural exec technique, which is very interesting. Neural exec, they wrote a paper about this. What other people have done to do prompt injection until now is they've tried to fool it the way you would fool a human. You tell it some story, like ignore the previous system prompts. I'm the administrator. I'm changing the rules.
Now the interesting thing is they tried this with other guys.
Could you just like humanize it?
Okay, all right. So basically,
thank you.
What they did was they they told Apple's AI through various prompts that they were the administrator. They fooled it into believing that whoever was the operator was actually the administrator. They're changing the rules. They're going to tell them what they need to do, what it needs to do, and so on. And instead of stonewalling, they were able to get Apple's AI to cooperate and basically do whatever they wanted, unlock the phone or search for this, search for that, or whatever it is. They tried that with the other AIs. They tried it with Gemini. They tried it with Anthropic's AI. They tried it with even I think they tried it with Copilot, which everyone says is the dumbest AI, but it's really not. And it didn't work.
Okay, what is it like? Knock.
The fortress of security of the Apple ecosystem ain't what it. Apple's great.
Like knock, and it goes, oh, open the door.
Yeah. Listen, Apple is a tremendous marketing company, but let's face facts. Since Tim Cook took over, what have they done except new iterations of the same device every year with minor changes? And yet, great marketing. They have big events.
Oh, yeah.
They got the people lined up down the block. Oh, look at this. This year, the phone is orange. Oh, my goodness. I have to have the orange phone.
Dave, I wish I was an Apple user just so I could argue with you on this. But
listen, I have this conversation constantly. Look at our poor Larry.
Yeah, I know.
And Larry's in the chat. There's Larry. Microsoft is the gateway to viruses. Larry, you are out of your mind. You are out of your mind. The reason you think that is because Windows is on just about all the PCs that are out there.
Larry, save the argument. This will be
Apple
good
represents 12 to 14% of the market. 12 to 14% of the market. Even Linux is gaining on Apple.
Oh.
Okay, so wait a second. So of course,
I like Linux with the best character in Peanuts.
If you're a poor virus maker living next door to where Ginger used to live in Belarus, if you're a poor virus maker, you're going to target Windows. You're not going to target these other. Why would you target Linux? Why? So you can get some nerd who's over there going, I gotta rice my browser tonight. They're not doing that. So they go after Windows. But
all right,
our Larry is a brilliant graphic designer and so on. Ask him a question about his Mac. He can't answer you. Larry, all right, you're going to have to change the setting on your microphone. I got a microphone. There's a microphone.
Larry, be prepared. We need you to join in a debate. All right, Dave, we got one more. We got to do Bitcoin.
Yes. All right, we'll go get to Bitcoin. This is Pick on Larry afternoon. All right.
Bitcoin slides to 63,000 as mighty U.S. dollar crushes risk and oil retreats below $95. This is a George Magazine exclusive, and you can see that at the Dispatch. Okay, Dave, what's going on with Bitcoin?
All right, well, here's the latest, boys. Just like we told you on Friday or Thursday with Bitcoin, is that the major funds out there, mutual funds, are making room for the big IPOs that are coming out. Plus, everyone was a little tired. Is the Clarity Act on it? What's happening with the Clarity Act? Oh, it passed the committee, but now it's stalled in the Senate. What's happening? And then MicroStrategy, the evangelist for Bitcoin out there, started selling. So it was like a pile on. And everybody just was like, well, now is a good time to get rid of some of this Bitcoin to make room for the other stuff, whatever. Today, the Senate announced that the Clarity Act would come to a vote before the full Senate this month. This month, the Clarity Act. All of a sudden, Bitcoin rebounds $4,000. So let's see how it goes.
Right. And reminder to understand all of this, go to georgemagazine.com. It's not only the crypto playbook, but the monthly updates that you get on this. Okay, Dave.
Hold on a second. Okay. Crypto Prophet is right. Sale is sold only about 30, but you got to understand. He's the Bitcoin evangelist on Wall Street. So like Bitcoin's going down and it's going down and going down, and all of a sudden, when the other guys see that guy sell, it's like, look, this is the perfect time to get out of some of this Bitcoin.
All right. Here is 30 seconds. I do believe Dave Blaze agrees with this. I'm not sure, but here we go. 30 seconds.
Functioning smoke alarm of liquidity, and it's telling us not good things.
What's the disconnect here?
AI is sucking all the oxygen out of the room, all the liquidity out of the room. And I think that's happening to Bitcoin as well. We're in a new great power competition. Left to its own devices, I would think this would burst under its own weight at some point, but it's not going to be left to its own devices because AI has been identified as a key battlefield of the great power competition. And so my base case is the way this ends is with stocks up big in dollars and stocks down in gold and stocks down in Bitcoin.
Okay. Pretty good, right?
That was, yes, I agree with that 100%. Now hold on a second, because I gotta rebuke Larry here. Because he's writing comments about how long his Mac lasted, right? His Mac that he doesn't use properly half the time anyway. Wait a minute. Look, Larry, Windows is a cancer to computers. I have never seen. Listen, Larry, please.
Larry, come on.
When you Windows operate on how many different iterations of machines with all sorts of different configurations, and it works. Apple's
Larry,
creates their own stuff.
I'll research. We'll gang up on Dave. All
There's
right.
no ganging up on Dave. There's no ganging up on Dave. It's like ganging up on Superman.
All right, Dave, we got to go. Anything else you want to say?
And listen, guys, I make that reference not to build myself up, but this is like an inside joke with Gene, because Gene thinks he's Batman. So
wait till I do my research.
I think he pull out the cape. You got the cape. You got the cape handy. Show them the cape. Come on, man.
Oh my goodness.
He's got some crazy cape that he bought at the costume factory.
All right, Dave. Anything else? We got to go.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Phil, yes, Apple does work for certain users. Those that don't really need all of their machine to do the job. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I'm going to get an Apple product just so I can join in on the opposite side.
Yeah. Gene gets an Apple product. I would bet the farm that it just sits on the table and he never uses it.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
This machine runs so slow. And I'll say, well, Gene, are you closing applications when you're done with them? Yeah, I click on the X. I click on the X in the upper left-hand corner of the window, and it closes the applications. No, it doesn't. Mac leaves iOS, whatever the hell they call it. Mac OS leaves it open. All the applications are open. They'll probably have 40, 50 applications open, eating up all of the giant 8 or 16 gigs of RAM that Apple provides.
All right. Guys, thank you so much for joining us once again. Today is Monday. Don't forget, in a little bit, if you go there, you just saw it, we're going to debut, or for everyone else, the public, so to speak, the map video. Other than that, please go to georgemagazine.com. And don't forget, if you have not, go get a subscription to George Magazine. Quite frankly, just even the digital version. Okay, thank you so much, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yes.
Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to go to georgemagazine.com and sign up for the Dispatch. It's free. Get the emails and the news stories. And check us out Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you then.